to talk about a couple of things that are happening this week in the hobby and then in the future of the hobby. And so we'll just get started talking about this week being pretty excited about Chrome baseball. So tell me some of your initial thoughts about Chrome baseball. I'll jump in and tell you some stuff that I kind of know from behind the scenes a little bit or whatever.
I would say initial thoughts are excited. A lot of people, a little bit of myself included, prefer the Chrome card to the paper card. And of course, with Chrome product coming out, there are some different chases. I don't know if that's something you're going to get into, so I won't go into it completely. But I think last year, a lot of people enjoyed the product because of the extra chases they added in there. Plus, completely different from Series 1 and Series 2. Just in what I know about it, a little bit better product value-wise, like that.
And I would say you're not alone in preferring the Chrome style. I would say year after year, Chrome is top 5 product. On the baseball side, I mean, that's how people feel. You got to remember the MVP buyback started with baseball. And again, it'll come back this year, which is just a heck of a deal. I mean, it's looking like maybe Jordan Alvarez right now or whatever, but your Jordan Alvarez card's being worth $20 for a base card. It's kind of crazy.
Yep.
But that's kind of like what we're looking at now. So that's the MVP buyback is part of that. So that's a great thing. Last year, know exactly what it was. Somebody commented on one of my posts that people kind of were a little disappointed with it. Last year, it was a little slow to move. And he thinks this year, if people are sleeping on it, they should be. What I will tell you is, we've talked about this. I won't go too much into retail reserve because I kind of, we're going to talk about that here in just a minute. But the retail reserve or the collector's access program was Topps' updated name for it. Guarantees that your local shop that's direct with Topps like us going to have plenty of the blasters, and I cannot sell them above $39.95. We are going to do $35 a piece. You're not going to be able to beat that kind of deal, and that's thanks to Topps and to this program. That you're going to be able to walk in and buy 3 blasters of Chrome. Which, by the way, I'm going to show you this just so you know. This isn't possibly going to be here Wednesday. This is already here. And also, updated box size for the blaster. So just to give you an idea, normal blaster size compared to the new Chrome size. But there's just as many cards. We took a look at that. There is just as many cards. But, so, blasters, definitely, I think that's a no-brainer to your local hobby shop. If you can find megas out in the wild, is what people say, at your Target or your Walmart, your local hobby shop probably didn't get a lot of those, and I could see those quickly being $80, $90, $100, at least $80, $90. And so if you can go find them at Target, Walmart for $60, maybe grab your megas there and find them there. And then the hobbies, they're right now right at 3. Most places as a pre-sale, maybe $3.25. I think 3 will not last very long, and I think it's a fair price at 3. And you kind of brought out the fact that it's not an auto or a min. It's a guaranteed auto.
Yep.
In that product.
Asterisk, maybe redemption. But
yes, you're right. Could be a redemption for sure. So there's one part of the set that I don't get as much, but I talked to Scott about it. He loves it. So I was just asking kind of your opinion. What do you think about the Indians chase? What do you think about that?
I understand the chase from the perspective of, again, it's something that it's not in a lot of products. I think Chrome basketball was
the other update. Update Chrome basketball will have it in 2 weeks.
Yeah, so it's something that, again, is not the repeated printed process, and now it's something a little different. I wouldn't be mad if I was able to obtain one strictly from a pulling standpoint, but I don't think for my personal self it'll be something I chase after. Granted, I haven't looked deep into the checklist, don't know who all is in there, but can definitely understand and see. Plus, I don't know a lot of people that don't like the minions in general, so that may just be me, but I think it's something fun that gives again new opportunity for this.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And there's definitely, I did a video. It's on TikTok. I think I've dropped it everywhere now, like on Instagram and Facebook. But it shows some of like the ultraviolet, some of the inserts you can get. So if you haven't checked that out, it's almost like a what's in the box, like I used to do, just a little bit more high tech maybe than the what's in the boxes. But you can check that out. It's got some good information. So overall, you think it's going to be pretty popular?
I believe so.
Yeah, I do too. I would say again, us as a local hobby shop didn't get a lot. Some shops did get more of the hobby and jumbo than we did. Usually we run right in line, but I heard mixed reports. Some got about the same, some got considerably more. As far as the blasters, yeah, absolutely. You can come to us. We're going to have them. We're going to have them through the weekend. I'm sure we got cases of them. And but the hobby jumbo, we got one, and I bet they're going by the weekend. And we will be doing our fair first week pricing, but with limits, reasonable limits to be fair to everyone. So we kind of touched on it with this specific product, Topps Chrome. But what is your current feeling? Let's say you had $200. You walked into the shop. We just had a situation where there was a new customer walked in the shop, was asking us about basketball specifically. But if you had, let's make it 300. You had $300. You walk in the shop. How are you balancing what you're purchasing as far as retail, like blaster value boxes, mega versus hobby, and why? I guess, in your opinion.
I think it would be reasonable to set the asterisk that it depends on what purpose I'm buying for. If I'm a guy that likes the rip and hope for a hit to sell off a new release, coming soon, Topps Chrome is not a bad option. If I'm more of just the collector from the standpoint, I mean, Retail Reserve has helped that as affordability. So, and it seems like in the past couple of products, me personally, have noticed more balance with the retail side of the value boxes, the mega boxes, stuff like that. So, ultimately, for me, knowing how I like to buy, of course, for my sake, the $300 is going towards a hobby at minimum.
Yeah.
But I would not be opposed that for the right value of a couple more lower end boxes just to have fun and rip. There are certain teams and players that I collect, so it's going to come down to what each person wants to do with that.
Yeah, what their budget is.
Correct.
Yeah, what their budget is in ripping. And so we're kind of starting with the presupposition, I guess, the assumption that they are going to rip, that ripping's still part of what they're wanting to do, part of the hobby. And in the bigger picture, we know that sometimes your better value is to pick that team and do a break or to buy some singles of the specific players you like. But ripping is such a big part of the hobby for everybody. But something you touched on for sure. I think a lot of people are noticing that Topps, and they had to, Fanatics or Topps, let's call them Topps, what they had to do was kind of juice up the retail. And it does seem like they've kind of juiced up the retail. Platinum baseball, for instance, it seemed like 5 blasters would have been better than the hobby, for the most part. So let's hope that they're striking that balance where they're getting us plenty, but they're still decent stuff in there. And yeah, we do have to thank Topps for the used to be Retail Reserve program. It's a customer access program, I believe now. We do need to be appreciative of that because this box, if I got one case of it, if all the other shops got 1 or 2 cases of this might be a $70 box at your local shop. But at least for 30 days, you're paying less than $40 than any Topps direct shop. So there is definitely some retail options out there, and I agree. It really depends on what you are looking for. So
Topps Finest as an example too.
Yes.
I think that was something a lot of people were skeptical of. Hey, here's a product that's usually hobby exclusive. They took a chance, Topps and the customer side, and I think that paid off for a lot of people as well. I heard nothing but good reviews, especially from the mega side, and I think that even the shop kind of reflected that. We were gone pretty quick here, but
yeah, absolutely. And to throw my 2 cents into that, you're exactly right. And they didn't do what Select did. When Select introduced the retail side, they just started mass producing like crazy. I never got a second offer on Finest. I don't know of any shop that did, Hobby or Megas, which granted they were going into Fanatics Fest and stuff like that. Sure, they had bigger fish to fry, but no, but most of your Finest is 550 or higher for Hobby, and the Megas are probably 120 if you could find them, just about anywhere. So our fair first week pricing is good for customers. Sometimes it bites us in the butt because it's gone, but we still try to be reasonable about our limits and stuff. But that's how it goes. So there's another product on the horizon, besides Chrome Update Basketball, which will be another big one. But we're not that far from football season, and Topps this week dropped first images of Topps flagship football, which will be the first licensed Topps football flagship product, like a base product that, in all understanding, should be able to be in the hands of basically anybody with any budget, who's in this hobby and wants to rip. So let's talk about it just a little bit, and we'll know more when I get my allocations and that sort of thing. But just touching base on it at the beginning, what do you feel Topps needs to do to get flagship football right? Like, what are some things that maybe they could do that would make it right, and what are some things they could do that would make it not right, I guess, or not good for the collector?
I'm gonna start at the bad side here, and I'm gonna compare it to most recent Topps flagship product, and that's baseball. Um, there were a lot of people who were disappointed with that product. They felt like the value was not there, even though being the affordable product, it was just a lot of base consumed product. And I think that a lot of people are excited for the new 2026 products. Tops did well, kind of ending the football year, if you will, on the capturing still the 2025 side of it. But I think now people have the expectation of, okay, now it's time to really see what we can do with new faces, new chases. And for me, I think it kind of goes hand in hand, good and bad. If they want to do well with this product, don't treat it like baseball.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the Chrome, if you will, as you just mentioned, there were some hits that were similar to the football product. Some people like that. They like seeing, hey, here's my favorite teams. These are the types of products I can chase with this. Try some different things. Experimenting, I think, only helps everybody. You kind of see, for instance, the Minions.
Yeah.
It's going to be one of those things where a lot of people chase it. A lot of people like Minions. There probably will be some people that don't care, which makes it easier for those that do care to access it. But as far as from the football standpoint, just kind of keep it football minded, not so much just flagship series one, however you want to call it, minded. I think that's just my perspective.
Yeah, I'm going to say something about that, but I'm going to answer Tyler's question. Resurgence, I think it did okay when it was unlicensed. Again, the only thing that I could say input wise is, did I get very much? Did the local shop get very much offered? I did not. So I don't think you've got an abundance of it out there, at least especially on the hobby side of it. So I didn't get a lot of blasters or megas, or I think I just got one and one. So I think it'll be decent. We did a blaster sale here a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
And I did no holds barred. And in retrospect, I don't have any football left. I mean, football is still a big seller. So people went back into signature football blasters and megas. Even so, after the sale, megas disappeared, and I've sold 3 hobby this week of that, which proportionally is disproportionate from what I would say is normal. So yeah, I think people still are hungry for football, and it's going to hit and still be 2-3 weeks before flagship comes out. So I think it'll be decent. So yeah, part of flagship getting it right, and this is the Tops thing. And it's one of the guys in the Tops town hall meetings. He says it. I'm forgetting his name, but he says it every time. He's like, everybody wants more allocation, but nobody really wants us to make more product. And that's basically true. So it's that supply and demand that Tops has got to get right with Tops flagship, because that product is going to be compared heavily to Donruss football, because that's been the closest thing we've had. Donruss football ends up at 350 or 400 every year. Granted, there is the downtown chase. I don't think Tops has mastered it as well as Panini, that case hit chase yet. So maybe that's a good thing for the average collector, in that maybe these boxes stay under 250. They could be. I bet they come out 150 to 2. I could see them going 250 pretty quickly for hobby. But in today's market, 200 for a hobby football box is probably pretty reasonable. So it is definitely striking that balance of availability at your local shop and price point. And so it'll just be interesting to see our allocation, so we can um, talk more about that. But I think when people are thinking of flagship, here's the things that I think matters the most: quality pictures, the upcoming rookies specifically, quality inserts. People want a reason to rip outside of an $800 case hit. They just want to feel like every couple of packs they're getting a $10 insert card or whatever. And then the ability for Topps to read everything, and just to do on card autos of all the biggest names in football. I just think those are the things that they need to focus on, and just a nice clean card. And I think that product's going to do very well.
I agree.
Do you have any other comments about that?
I don't. I think we covered it from both sides, if you will, the collector and the shop side, which is good. And I think that I think you did make a good point that a lot of people tend to overlook. Hey, I can't find this product.
Mhm.
Where is this product? And it's referenced so many times. Junk wax error, junk wax error. So I'm glad you said that, because it does remind the average customer collector, like, hey, if you don't want this to be junk wax 2.0, let's remember, get it when you can, and while you can, support the shops that do have it, but at the same time understand that sometimes prices reflect not being able to find it, and that overprinting side that nobody wants.
Yeah, and so it's kind of it's part of the product mix at Tops. If you refer to the junk wax era, nobody's looking at an '89 Upper Deck baseball sealed box as junk wax.
Yeah,
but it's in the middle of that era. So if in that era, so if they can, Tops can keep that kind of going with the hobby side of things, for the most part, and giving you that feel of that '89 Upper Deck. But then on the other hand, put plenty of the blasters out. It's a good balance. There are families that just want to sit down and rip some packs and see their favorite player, and so let's hope they can kind of keep that going. So yeah, we're not done. We're just going to switch camera angles, and got a couple new products in. We're going to just bust them to just see what's going on. uh, we'll Nick, you want to do the baseball?
You know what? I'm gonna let you enjoy all the risks. I will be here to help with names.
Yeah. Well, I'll probably just defer to you to pronounce pretty much every name. If it's not like Mike Trout, then I might need help. Well, okay. So we're getting into elite baseball. So we just got that in. Again, we want to talk about affordability. I think Scott decided $30 on these blasters for elite baseball. Again, baseball on Panini side has not been licensed for, 10, 12 years.
Yeah.
So people have kind of decided you take the good and you take the bad, and they're okay with it. The basketball that we're going to do next is going to be maybe even a little bit more interesting. So we'll start right here. Larry Walker, Greg Maddux, and there's Zaire Hope, a prospect. And then another prospect, not green speckled, but Luke Stevenson. And then we'll get the next pack here. And yeah, I've got sleeves and top loads here in case it's something, so example again. Yeah, actually, I know the guy on the back. Yeah. So we got a Bartolo Colon. Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't know his name. I just got distracted by the Lou Bra. That's pretty cool. But then another Bartolo Colon, but it's the green refractor. But this one's pretty decent, except I don't know if you can see it at all. Little something in this corner. Yeah. But Bonza, how do you say it? Bazana. Yes, sorry. Travis Bazana. Travis Bazana.
I believe he just hit his first walk-off home run over the weekend.
Oh, really? So he got a dinger, but this card has a ding. So, yeah.
He's got dingers everywhere.
So, but, I mean, I know this Lou Brock is a 50-cent card, probably $1 card, but it's just cool. I mean, legend, insert. It's pretty cool.
Yep.
So, shit. So, need Mike Schmidt. Yeah, we got some legends. Okay, so here's another Cleveland guy, prospect, Jace Laviette. You think that's pretty close? And then we got a prospect, Condone, is that Charlie. And that's pretty cool. And then that's a Cleveland guy, so just throw him in a little sleeve here. And so again, these are $30 a box. When we get to the basketball, they're only 25.
I see the box. I just like to
know the
see. Well, just see, So there is 8 inserts or parallels per box on average. And of course, the retail exclusive ultra rare caboose that people love out of this product. So
yeah, that would be awesome. So that's pretty cool. Now, here's where I get confused. They can't have current players, supposedly. So how is there Chase Burns? He just signed a big, huge contract with the Reds.
Don't know if that's the baseball side.
Okay, that might be.
Because I mean, went through quite a few that are currently active.
Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, that is weird. And then again, I'm going to point this out because I just want to be fair. Pretty bad dings on the corner of that one too. So there's a Chicago guy, green speckled. Seem to be pretty normal here. So on this, sure. That's this. Four packs of this. Okay, so you got George Brett. Oh, we got Panini Point.
Well,
but I probably shouldn't have got anything.
Correct. So while it is not a great thing to get,
yeah. Oh, I like that.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah. Drippy.
Also, hopefully we don't have any, excuse my French, scumbags. Because you just had the code for your
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. I didn't even think about that. Well, somebody needs the 200. It's like, it'll be alright. But yeah. You're right, I should look at that. It's like, hey, look at this.
Yeah.
For 10 minutes.
Wow, our viewers just went up tenfold.
Yeah. Yeah, again, so I'm just gonna play that. That one's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just old school looking, but cool card. So we got Crooks, Logan Anthony, Spellbound. Like that.
So I will say, as a guy who sets up a lot of shows, it does seem like the one product that Panini puts out is like everyone enjoys spellbound. They like the chase of collecting some letters for a whole name.
Yeah,
That is pretty cool.
it is cool. So yeah, that was our box there. So that was a cool one, and that was pretty cool. Got a Panini point, the Lou Brock, the Bazana, is that Travis Bazana, and yeah, not bad. It was like I said, $30. We have that. So now this one might be even weirder. So this will be the first year, one of the very first. I don't think it's all first, but one of the very first of basketball unlicensed. Now, again, won't really understand it all because BJ Edgecombe is in this product. But again, I know there's not a trooper. I know it might just be a player by player, individual basis on who's got exclusives with,
Yes.
cosmetics. But these are only 25 and getting a lot of cards for 25 bucks.
Yeah, I would say those packs did look significantly. 15 cards per pack.
Yeah. Okay, so let's so there's Michaela. So that's interesting. This is the girl. This is the girl you want. This girl is
Olivia Miles.
Girl is doing better than this is honest. This is but from Sports Center. It's not like I'm a huge WNBA fan, but she is doing better than Paige Buchers did and Caitlin Clark did their rookie season thus far. With her rookie season being this year, and she wasn't even a first round pick. She was. How do you like those facts?
Well,
Spitting facts out there right now.
If there's anybody that I can count on for facts that I wasn't expecting in this box, it's probably you.
Yeah, 100%.
It's
I had no idea.
In general.
Yeah, I had no idea that there was even women in this product. So that is, that would be a $5 card.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's pretty cool. I was telling somebody about her earlier. So we got a rated rookie. So we're talking some prospect guys here. Not even going to try to say some of their names. Anthony, sorry, how do you say it? Anthony Hardway?
That's Penny.
Yeah, Penny. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Penny Hardway. But yeah, some kind of like refractor or something. Ooh. And then now there's an optic preview. And then Unleashed. Carter Bryant, rookie. Unleashed, I'm not sure how. Saw him advertised. Not sure the rarity of an Unleashed. But so far, I'm pretty cool with this product for $25 of last year.
Yeah.
Got an Elite Series, Walter Clayton Jr., Muggsy Bogues, Steve Kerr. We got some older guys in here, and Chris Mullins. Got some 90s guys in there. Pretty cool.
So overall, just from this being the first time I've seen this,
yeah,
you get everything and in between.
Yeah,
in this product, which I think is something a lot of people like. You got women's, you got active, you got retired.
Hayden Jones. Yeah, so you got some prospects for sure. Let's see. Jeremiah Fears rated rookie. Heard of him, actually. We got a rated rookie. There's the Carter Bryant rookie guy. There's a Marvel. Now, net Marvels were a chase. But that's pretty cool.
Huh. Let's skip over the great coach and Roy Williams.
Yeah, I did skip over Roy Williams.
Poor boy.
Nick Van Exel. Yeah, we're going Lakers old school there. Mike Bibby.
So,
yeah,
I'm going to peek at all these real quick.
Yeah, sure. We talked about it last week. I think people mostly are just looking for value in cards. The fact that you can get the hottest WNBA rookie in here is not bad, right? The fact
he's saying stat wise, not look wise.
Yeah.
Just clarifying that.
I am definitely saying, yeah, Paige Buchers might have a beat. I think maybe.
I'm out of this conversation.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah. Well, my wife won't watch this.
I will say is now these
Yeah.
the 1P because I'm not too familiar with this product.
That's
Are these? I think so because on the back I just have a college career on here.
Yeah, I think you're right. So yeah, so gravity. It's not a bad looking insert. Jeremiah Fears in the again in a insert got Grant Hill Optic, Grant Hill regular. So you guys can see the shiny difference there. There's another coach. So yeah, I'm okay with the product. Now, we can talk resale value. We know you're unlicensed there, but still.
I mean, if there's anything that I can argue from the collector slash card show seller side, if you will, uh, people talk the unlicensed argument all the time, but when it's a sold out player, it does not matter. Two examples in recent months I can give you is a Shohei that is unlicensed, but autograph still goes for Shohei money. And I can tell you that with last year's NBA products, Wemby was rookie, but it was also unlicensed. That was still selling like hotcakes during the playoffs.
Magic Johnson. Yeah, I would agree with you there. And let's be honest, let's say that the Shohei optic auto is a little bit cheaper. Well, that there's a person in that market. They want an Otani auto or a Trout auto or whatever. And if it being unlicensed makes it $200 cheaper, for a rookie or something,
Yep.
they're on board for that. I'm feeling like $25 worth of cards are pretty easy in this class.
Yeah.
Trey Johnson third for him. Trey Johnson. Bobby Knight. That's interesting. Larry Bird. Steve Nash.
I mean, again, I think we hit the head of the nail one too many times already, but I'm gonna say it again. It's value wise for this product.
Yeah.
Despite being unlicensed.
Yeah.
You have WNBA, you have NBA, you have retired NBA, and you have coaches. I mean, what more could you be looking for in a product?
There's blasters and Megan. Oh, you got a jersey card.
Wow.
Cool. Oklahoma City. Jersey card.
I like this next one.
Cade Cunningham, Net Farms. Not bad. Another Elite Series. A job. Maria. The Thompson twins. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think it was too bad.
Yeah, I think again, value wise, it's definitely there, $25. So anybody that likes basketball and likes good value, I mean, you see everything he just pulled out, which first mark cards towards the guy.
Mm-hmm.
So see NIL.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if that's where the college factor comes in.
Yeah.
But
and then there's the likely currently rookie of the year for WNBA.
That's a hold, but Rob will sell it for $100 if there's anybody looking for it. So,
well, thanks for watching, guys.
Then